During the Carboniferous period, Earth became a greenhouse world, where oxygen pushed life beyond normal size. Endless swamp forests covered the continents, forming dense labyrinths where survival depended on staying unseen. Giant dragonflies ruled the skies, proof that the atmosphere had changed the limits of flight. Armored millipedes crawled across decaying forests, transforming death into pathways for giant arthropods. Amphibians gathered at silent water pools. Unaware, these shorelines often became their final moments alive. Beneath rotting leaves and moss, the ground sometimes shifted, revealing predators hunting without sight. Insect swarms erupted suddenly, reacting to vibrations signaling an approaching hunter below. Ripples spread across stagnant water, subtle warnings created by a predator moving through swamp shadows. Massive segmented footprints formed in mud, marking territory of a creature built for power. Mechanical claws emerged slowly from vegetation, weapons designed to crush prey instantly. Layered armor followed, revealing a predator shaped through millions of years of swamp evolution. A venomous tail lifted quietly, carrying toxins capable of ending prey resistance within seconds. Pulmonoscorpius stepped forward, nearly 1 meter long, dominating the Carboniferous forest floor. Insect colonies scattered instantly, guided by instincts shaped by generations of predator encounters. The giant scorpion faded into fog, leaving a forest that never forgot its silent hunter. Carboniferous ecosystems expanded across continents, creating swamp environments where oxygen fueled explosive biological growth. Towering lycopod trees and giant horsetails formed dense forests, trapping humidity beneath endless vegetation layers. Meganeura dragonflies patrolled canopy airspace, hunting insects unable to escape their enormous wingspan. Fungal colonies consumed fallen trunks, recycling nutrients that sustained entire swamp food chains. Freshwater basins collected seasonal rainfall, becoming vital breeding grounds for amphibians and arthropods. Amphibian predators patrolled muddy shorelines, balancing between aquatic survival and terrestrial expansion. Dense canopy layers blocked direct sunlight, preserving constant humidity required by early land arthropods. Oxygen-rich mist surrounded giant ferns, accelerating insect metabolism and supporting massive body sizes. Slow black water channels connected isolated wetlands, allowing predators and prey to expand across swamp territories. Primitive reptile ancestors explored root networks, marking early vertebrate expansion into terrestrial ecosystems. Seasonal monsoon storms flooded forests suddenly, forcing animals to adapt or face immediate extinction. Moisture-rich foliage attracted massive insect colonies, creating moving feeding platforms across vegetation layers. Towering fungal growths spread across decomposing wood, converting decay into essential ecological energy. Moss-covered swamp terrain sheltered small amphibians, hiding them from constant arthropod predation. Morning fog revealed endless forest layers, each supporting unique predators competing for survival. Giant horsetail clusters swayed through humid air, forming natural barriers across the swamp terrain. Early arachnid relatives climbed tree bark cautiously, testing climbing adaptations that would shape spider evolution. Wetland ecosystems supported simultaneous insect swarms, amphibian hunting, and fungal expansion. Peat soil formed from millions of years of plant decay, storing moisture essential for arthropod respiration. Large arthropod predators moved beneath vegetation, controlling ecosystem balance without ever being seen. Amphibians surfaced cautiously from shallow pools, vulnerable while feeding or migrating between habitats. Tree root tunnels created hidden corridors, allowing predators to travel silently beneath the forest floor. Moisture particles drifted between giant leaves, maintaining humidity required for primitive respiratory systems. Insect swarms shifted across swamp horizons, constantly reshaping predator and prey distribution. Silent forest clearings appeared between vegetation walls, temporary refuges where survival always remained uncertain. Pulmonoscorpius stands fully exposed, revealing one of the largest land scorpions to ever exist. Its segmented body flexes while moving across moss terrain, allowing controlled movement through unstable swamp ground. Multiple jointed legs grip uneven bark surfaces, allowing steady travel across fallen forest structures. Interlocking exoskeleton plates protect vital organs, forming armor resistant to environmental and predator threats. Raised pincers signal defensive readiness, warning rivals that confrontation would be extremely dangerous. Serrated pincer edges allow powerful gripping force, capable of immobilizing prey instantly. Its body glides across dense leaf litter, using silent, coordinated leg movement to remain undetected. Climbing exposed root networks expands hunting territory, allowing access to elevated insect pathways. Its flexible, segmented tail arches upward, positioning the venomous stinger for rapid strike accuracy. Weight distribution across multiple legs allows safe travel across waterlogged mud without sinking. Camouflage patterns across its armor blend perfectly with peat, moss, and decomposing vegetation. Primitive lung structures beneath its body allow survival in humid terrestrial environments. Climbing fallen tree trunks expands its hunting reach, allowing interception of insects above ground level. Moving through shallow swamp channels allows Pulmonoscorpius to pursue prey along water boundaries. Sensitive sensory hairs detect ground vibrations, allowing it to locate prey without relying on vision. Territorial patrols across peat clearings maintain control over feeding zones and breeding territories. Elevated tail posture warns competitors, signaling readiness to strike if territory is challenged. Moisture gathered from moss and condensation helps maintain hydration across its armored shell. Dense fungal growth zones provide shelter, allowing Pulmonoscorpius to remain concealed while waiting for prey. Transitioning between flooded soil and root terrain expands mobility across changing swamp landscapes. Remaining motionless near insect swarms increases ambush success, relying on patience instead of speed. Rapid pincer closure demonstrates crushing mechanical strength, capable of disabling prey immediately. Rotating its entire body allows directional attack without losing defensive tail positioning. As darkness spreads across the swamp, Pulmonoscorpius becomes even more effective. Substrate vibrations become clearer at night, allowing precise tracking of moving prey. Positioning beside fallen logs creates natural ambush zones along insect migration routes. Bioluminescent fungi illuminate hunting grounds, creating faint outlines of moving prey. Condensation forming across its exoskeleton helps regulate moisture during humid nocturnal activity. Remaining perfectly still allows prey to approach, unaware of the predator waiting within shadows. Standing silently within swamp fog, Pulmonoscorpius maintains control through stealth and patience. Pulmonoscorpius lowers its body beneath fern cover, preparing for a perfectly timed ambush. Each step is placed carefully across moss terrain, preventing vibrations that might alert nearby prey. Meganeura rests across a fern leaf. Unaware, a predator shadow slowly expands below. Pulmonoscorpius launches forward suddenly, capturing the giant dragonfly within crushing pincers. Pincer pressure locks prey firmly, preventing wing movement and eliminating escape attempts. The tail strikes downward, delivering venom designed to paralyze nervous system control.
Shown here in bright green.
Repositioning prey ensures safe feeding, reducing injury risk during consumption. Charging through insect colonies scatters swarms, allowing capture of disoriented individuals. Subtle ground vibrations reveal movement beneath leaf litter, signaling hidden arthropod prey. Excavating shallow peat soil exposes burrowing victims, removing their protective shelter. When amphibian predators approach, Pulmonoscorpius raises its claws in defensive confrontation. Aggressive posture forces amphibians to retreat, avoiding injuries from powerful pincers and venom. Rapid claw strikes crush smaller insects, demonstrating mechanical efficiency in prey elimination. Hunting along swamp edges allows capture of aquatic arthropods trapped near shoreline boundaries. Positioning across narrow vegetation corridors traps migrating insect swarms between armored claws. Nocturnal activity increases hunting success when visual predators lose their advantage. Using faint fungal glow, Pulmonoscorpius targets insects moving through illuminated forest terrain. Extending claws beneath rotting logs exposes hidden insect colonies sheltering from predators. Patrolling open peat clearings allows detection of prey vibrations across wide territories. Adjusting stance repeatedly helps triangulate vibration direction, ensuring precise ambush positioning. Climbing tree bark allows interception of insects traveling across elevated vegetation routes. Dropping from bark surfaces creates surprise attacks, capturing prey from unexpected vertical angles. Sweeping pincers across clustered insects disables multiple targets simultaneously. Elevated tail warns rival arthropods, preventing dangerous competition during feeding. Forcing competing arachnids to retreat preserves hunting dominance across moss territories. Heavy rainfall floods swamp terrain, trapping insects struggling in rising water. Intercepting prey caught in flood currents provides easy feeding opportunities. Dense fog conceals predator movement, allowing silent approach toward disoriented insect swarm. Solitary nocturnal hunts reduce competition, allowing uninterrupted feeding across empty swamp corridors. Standing above moss ridges after a successful hunt. Pulmonoscorpius remains the dominant swamp predator. Pulmonoscorpius patrols peat ridges slowly, marking boundaries that define its hunting territory. Chemical scent trails spread across moss terrain, warning rival predators to avoid entering occupied zones. Circling territorial boundaries helps maintain feeding control, reducing direct confrontation with competitors. When rival arthropods appear, Pulmonoscorpius raises pincers to demonstrate defensive strength. Advancing aggressively forces smaller predators to retreat, preserving hunting stability. During mating season, Pulmonoscorpius follows chemical signals left by potential partners. Approaching cautiously prevents accidental attacks between powerful predators during courtship. Ritualized stepping movements allow individuals to assess compatibility and physical strength. Reproductive alignment ensures successful transfer of genetic material within unstable swamp terrain. After mating, individuals separate quickly, reducing post-reproductive conflict risk. Females excavate underground nesting chambers, protecting developing eggs from environmental threats. Egg clusters are deposited carefully within moist peat soil, maintaining humidity required for development. Remain above the nest, allows mothers to guard vulnerable offspring against predators. Newly hatched juveniles climb onto the mother's back, gaining protection during early development. Transporting offspring across moss terrain increases survival during migration through predator zones. Dense fern canopy shelters young scorpions, shielding them from exposure and dehydration. Juveniles eventually disperse, beginning independent survival across the swamp floor. Early hunting attempts allow young Pulmonoscorpius to develop predatory coordination. Seasonal flooding forces relocation of territories, reshaping predator distribution across wetlands. Climbing root networks protects Pulmonoscorpius from drowning during sudden swamp floods. Moisture absorbed from moss and soil prevents dehydration within fluctuating swamp climates. During dry periods, shaded fungal zones provide vital humidity refuges. Remaining motionless allows Pulmonoscorpius to avoid detection by larger amphibian predators. Elevating the venomous stinger signals defensive readiness against intruding arthropods. Sharing territory with large insect feeding swarms provides consistent hunting opportunities. Before molting, Pulmonoscorpius retreats into protected root tunnels.
Stage 1. Calcium reabsorption.
Shedding the old exoskeleton exposes soft, new armor, creating temporary vulnerability. Remaining hidden allows the new shell to harden before returning to active hunting. After molting, Pulmonoscorpius reclaims territory, now larger and stronger. Patrolling the swamp once again, it helps maintain ecological balance across insect and amphibian populations. Climate patterns begin shifting across Carboniferous swamps, slowly drying habitats. Pulmonoscorpius depends on. Insect populations decline as vegetation thins, reducing essential food sources for giant arthropod predators. Humidity levels drop across swamp forests, weakening respiratory conditions required by large arthropods. Expanding amphibian predators begin occupying territories once dominated by arthropods. Pulmonoscorpius conserves energy, reducing movement as prey becomes increasingly scarce. Collapsed lycopod forests transform landscapes, eliminating stable shelter for swamp predators. Abandoned insect nesting grounds signal collapsing ecological support systems. Emerging vertebrate predators challenge Pulmonoscorpius, introducing new evolutionary competition. Flooded corridors force retreat into shrinking wetlands, reducing territory availability. Migration toward remaining humid refuges becomes essential for survival. Drought cracks peat terrain, exposing Pulmonoscorpius to dehydration risks. Remaining moisture sources become limited, forcing desperate hydration behavior. Solitary individuals roam empty swamp corridors, reflecting declining population density. Unpredictable climate cycles alternate between flood and drought, destabilizing entire ecosystems. Rare hunting opportunities become increasingly difficult, threatening long-term survival. Pulmonoscorpius movements slow beneath collapsing vegetation, signaling biological exhaustion. Eventually, giant scorpions disappear into environmental collapse, ending millions of years of dominance. Buried beneath sediment and plant debris, their remains begin transforming into fossils. Over geological time, preserved skeletons reveal secrets of ancient Carboniferous ecosystems. Though Pulmonoscorpius vanished, its legacy remains a reminder that evolution never guarantees permanent survival.